be showing you a nice spring summer look that's just really fresh and pink, and the main theme of the look is actually going to be from the Dior Cherie Bow Collection. So I'm going to be using a whole bunch of products, but I'm going to be featuring a few products from there specifically, and I just wanted to show you them up front. So the first product that I'm going to be using in it is actually the limited edition palette right here, and it's just really beautiful, and it includes 3 eyeshadows, okay? And a nice gel liner, and a really, really nice lip gloss. So it's just a really nice palette. It's just really neutral and pink. And another product I'm going to use from this collection is going to be the blush, and it's called Pink Happiness, and it's super cute, really nice. And again, it's just a really nice, fresh, flushed pink color, perfect for the summertime. And the last product that I'm using from the collection is actually the lipstick, and it's in number 437. And now it's really actually a peachy pink kind of color. They had a few other ones there that were more pinks, but I decided to go with something that's a bit more peachy. And that's this one right here. So it's a very nice nude color with some really nice pigment of just a peachy pink tonality. So those are the products that I'm going to be using in the video. I hope you guys like it, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
So I'm going to start off by applying the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in light, and I like to apply this one just to the center of the face and spread it outwards. I like to use it more in the center just because that's the area that usually needs more of the shine control and oil control, and in general that's where the makeup tends to move more, so I always like to start there. I'm now going to be using the Armani Designer Foundation on the skin, and this foundation is more for a drier skin type because it is oil based. So if you do have an oilier skin type, I do recommend using a different foundation than this one. And this is more of a cream foundation, as you can see. So I am applying it with a beauty blender. And if you're going to be using a beauty blender as well, you can just make sure to dampen it first and then apply so that you don't waste any of the product. Also, I like to use the tip for the application of the product, and then I like to use the bigger side to blend it into the skin better. It really creates a finishing look. I'm using the Touche Eclat for under the eyes. She doesn't have a lot of darkness under the eyes, so that's why I'm skipping on the concealer. However, that is something that you can add in. And I'm just applying this under the eyes in a triangular shape, and it's just going to really add like a nice highlight to the under eye area. If you don't have a brush like this one, you can always use your fingers to really blend it in. Just make sure that you don't leave any fingerprints or anything, and you really, really blend it in. Now I'm going to grab the Dior Nude Skin Concealer, and I'm going to just apply it with my beauty blender to any imperfections on the skin. I really want this look to be about a perfect, healthy looking kind of skin, so that's why I'm just going over any imperfections with the beauty blender. It's actually a great tool for helping to blend in the products. Again, if you don't have it, it's just as easy to use your hands. Now grab any brow pencil that you have and gently fill in your brows. Since this is a very fresh spring summer look, you don't want to be overpowering the brows, so they can still be full, but don't fill them in perfectly. I'm just lightly going over the areas that need filling in, but I'm not trying to create the perfect brow. So now you could see that the brows are full and the shape is there, but they're not absolutely perfect. They're just lightly filled in. For the base, I'm using Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This is going to even up the color on your eyelid, as well as provide a long-lasting base for all your other eyeshadows. I'm going to be using the Powder Pink palette for the eyes from the Dior Cherie Bow Collection, and I'm starting off by applying the lightest gray color in the palette all over the eyes as a base, and I do recommend using a flat brush to apply this because the density of the brush will give it more of a color. I mean, as you can see, the color of the gray is very sheer, so you do want to give it as much of a pigment as possible, so the brush is going to help you do that. Now I'm taking the dark gray from the palette and I'm going to apply it with a tapered blending brush. So I really recommend that you get a very pointed blending brush for this technique, or a tapered brush, because it is going to help create a really nice precision to the look. So I'm just applying the color to the crease and nowhere onto the lid. And the reason for the tapered blending brush is that you want to lightly wing out this crease color. So if you used a normal poofy brush, it wouldn't be as precise enough to wing it out. But if you do only have a poofier blending brush, what I do recommend is have a Q-tip on hand, and that way you can kind of correct and accurately make this winged kind of look. So as you can see, I'm just going into the crease and lightly winging it out. So now that I've got my shape, I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm just using it to blend everything together. So I haven't added any eyeshadow, I'm just literally smoothing away any harsh lines that could have been made. And you can see that I'm using a very fluffy and full brush, and I would actually really recommend that because the fluffier and softer the brush is, the better it works to diffuse and blend shadows together. I'm also going back and forth between fluffy brush and my tapered brush, and that's going to create more of a definition to your look. So going back and forth and layering like that is really going to create a nice and defined eye. I'm now going to apply the lightest pink shadow from the palette onto the brow bone, and that's just going to accentuate and create really nice definition to the whole look, as well as blend everything and make it more seamless. And I'm also going to apply a little bit of the same color onto the inner corners of the eyes, and that's just going to really brighten up the eyes and make them sparkle a bit more. So I'm using the gel liner from the same Cherie Bow palette, and I'm going to go as close to the lash line as I possibly can with the liner. And when doing this on yourself, I would say the easiest way would be to have a mirror in front of you and keep your eyes just a little bit open, looking downwards into the mirror. You don't ever want to pull or stretch your eyelid and keep it closed while applying the gel liner because you're not going to get a precise application, and also you're going to damage your skin like that, and nobody wants that, right? Now I'm going to wing out the liner into a very soft flick. This is going to be a very soft wing because the look is really gentle and feminine. So when doing the flick, you don't want a very sharp kind of modern edgy winged out look. You just want it to be soft and delicate and just really blended and flowing. After the liner, make sure to apply a few nice thick coats of mascara. Now I'm going to set the skin with Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. For setting the skin, you want a very finely milled powder and nothing that's going to set into the lines. And because this is such a soft and fresh look, I really don't want to lose the dewiness of it. So I'm only going to powder areas that are necessary, like the under eye area, anywhere I've concealed, and around the nose. Sophia's skin is more on the dry side, that's why I'm not doing the T-zone. However, if your skin is more oily, make sure you powder the areas that are necessary. I'm going to contour using Chanel Jouet Contrast in Notorious, which is the perfect contouring color for so many skin types. And I just want to let you guys know that when you're doing this, make sure your blending is immaculate, because with this kind of color, you can go from contoured to sickly in seconds. So just make sure you blend really well. Now I'm using Dior Blush in Pink Happiness, which is another product from their spring collection, and I absolutely adore this blush, okay? It looks so pink in the packaging, and I was even a little bit worried when I was getting it, but actually it's really nice when you put it on, and it actually creates a really nice soft pink, flushed look. And I'm focusing the concentrate of the color above the area where I've contoured, and then whatever's left on my brush, I'm going to apply towards the apples of the cheeks. And you want to make sure that everything's really blended. That's why I'm not adding any extra color towards the apples, because you want everything to look soft and seamless, and you don't actually want to be able to see where the blush starts or where it ends, so that everything is just nice, soft, and smooth. Now we've all overdone it before, so if you've ever actually overdone your blush, the best way to remove it is by taking a beauty blender like I am, or a foundation brush, and just go over the edges with it, and it's just going to kind of blend everything together really nicely and create a soft effect. And you can see now that the lines are all gone and everything's smooth, soft, and evened out. Now the last product I'm using from the spring collection is actually the Dior Addict lipstick in Charming, and it looks very peach and bright in the actual bullet, but once you apply it, you can see that it's actually very soft and neutral, and it's a very neutral peachy color. So I'm applying it straight from the bullet because using a lip brush, you're not actually going to get a good enough effect with it. It's not going to go on as well, so I like to go straight from the bullet and just kind of blot it on, and then you can get the best kind of pigment from it. And as you can see, this is the finished look. So it's a very soft, summery, peachy pink look with a nice cut crease. And I think it's just so feminine and fun, and anybody can do this. So I hope you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.